Yo, what up, everybody? It is Jimmy here. We are at Full Send Racing. This is the second race that they have. I am sitting with two very special people. This is Tom, and we got NEVA RIDE'n. They are from Skateboard Electric, and boy, have they come out strong this event. They brought out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't even count how many boards they brought out. It is crazy. You guys are sponsoring so many riders. You got so many boards out here. I mean, the presence is crazy. What makes you bring all this out?
Yeah, it all comes down to the sharing the love of e-skate. We really want to bring innovation. We want to bring passion. We want to bring new products to the sport so that people can actually experience the technology breakthroughs that have come through recently. We've got technology in here. These boards are different. And I'd love to talk more about how they are different.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to get into it. From the first generation to where you're at now is definitely progression. I was looking at it earlier, definitely super impressed. I think something that he kind of pointed out to me was the flexiness. That's something that I don't get in any other board, especially any carbon board. You got really no give in those. So to have some give in this, it definitely feels unique. Now, I didn't personally take it out on the track yet. That'll happen later. But yeah, the design from when I saw you really at ABS a couple years ago compared to where you are now, I mean, it's just night and day.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, you are the main guy, I feel like, that's promoting these guys online.
Oh, thank you.
What brought you to Skateboard Electric? What made this kind of a passion for you to want to get into?
Well, what had happened was I was at E-Skate Con, and I saw the board and said, you know what, I got some time to kill. Let me take it for a demo ride. And I mean, let's be honest. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This board is long, very long, probably the longest. So I was really not expected to be as nimble. I didn't think it was going to be able to make the turns at all. I thought it was going to have to be a 2-3 point turn. And so I took the track. I took the board out on the track, on the demo track at that, which is a lot narrower than the racetrack. I built the racetrack, so I know. I walked the whole thing. I slept the whole thing, both of them. And I said, there's no way. And I did a lap, and it made it. And I was just blown away. I was like, okay, I must have been going easy. So I did another lap, harder and harder and harder. I must have did like 7 or 8, 9 laps. And each lap, I just tried to push it harder and harder. And the board just kept saying more and more. So in my head, I was thinking, oh my God, if I could get down with this company, I would be so freaking happy, because this board is unlike anything else. I like to say it's the perfect marriage between the X, Y, and Z axis. Because of how he designed the trucks, I'll let him get into it more. It's a little technical, but the simplest form of it is the pivot shaft with the titanium axle going through, floating on the, yeah. It's like a Rolls Royce feel of a Lamborghini, you know, a Rolls Royce Lamborghini. It's a really smooth board, and it's smooth at speed, full speed, or even slow speed.
Would you say it's like the Ferrari of skateboards?
No, it's the Rolls Royce Ferrari.
Oh, so comfy.
It's so super comfy. You have so much control. Everybody that steps on this board looks down at the remote and says, holy shit, I'm going faster than I've ever gone before, and didn't realize it. You know, and now I'm ready to push the board further. And I like, how did I get here? How did I get here? And that's not me. That is my testimony, but that is everybody's testimony that rides this board. You have so much control that when you'll get up to speed, a speed you've never been comfortable at, way faster than you even realized, and then you're like, oh wait, there's more left here to do, and I'm super comfortable. It has so much control. It's an amazing board. The technology that he did with these trucks, nothing else is like this on the market.
I agree. So I think something that he was bringing up is really the speed. Now, when I was talking to you, I was like, oh, what is it going to be able to hit 40? Absolutely not, 45. And I'm like, whoa, dang, well, have you even hit it? All day, every day. I'm like, dang, okay, well, you guys are surprising me nonstop here. Now, specifically the technology and the trucks, you know, he keeps saying it. You know, what did you envision when you first started this, and then where are you at now compared to where you started?
Oh, I'd love to dive into that. Where we started was really from the ground up. We started from the bottom. You know, we sold over 20 different brands of skateboards. We sold over 1,200 skateboards and learned a lot about what was missing. After that deep dive analysis of the whole industry, it was very valuable knowledge to dive into a project like this and really wrap my mind around it, because with my NASCAR experience of racing and winning NASCAR races, and with racing electric skateboards at eSkateCon for many, many years, all that knowledge came into a crystallization of a vision to build the most advanced and trustworthy board ever. So we brought a lot of technology in here. We didn't stop anywhere along the way to put whatever would fit in here, because we're talking about a lot of CNC work. We're talking about a lot of aircraft aluminum. We're talking about the most state-of-the-art electronics. We wanted it to be safe. I had enough of people having the engineering be glitchy and people getting hurt. Those days are minimized with this as to the maximum, because we've incorporated every stability, every extra piece of edge that we can get inside of the utilization of the technology that's available today into this board. The carbon fiber is special. This is military grade carbon fiber, and the whole deck is so stiff all through the middle, and it actually feels like it floats, because there's a little bit of flex in the front and the rear, so it's a flat surface and there's a little bit of a float. And it's a special feeling, because Neva touched on it a second ago. It feels like a little bit like a Rolls Royce mixed with a Lamborghini.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, she's floating. She's totally floating.
Yeah.
That's interesting. For me, I really, like I said, I enjoyed the flexiness. I've never had that before on a carbon. What is interesting is your background from racing, and then it reminds me of Mo from Stu's Race Sports coming, and the design of the 3 links, and you guys got some similarities that you guys have from, I think, your background in racing. So, obviously something that I've seen, from previous designs is adjustability. Have you designed this to make it adjustable? Is it easy for that, or is it tricky? Does it take some work to kind of adjust these and mess with them? I know that you have showed me the ability to lower and increase the height, which is definitely different with the 2 bolts, especially on the new ones. But you know what? I forgot what I was getting at.
Yeah, the adjustability.
Yeah, the adjustments, yeah.
Sure. This board is certainly adjustable. It's for somebody who wants to get into the science of what it takes to dial a board in and enjoy the whole process of perfecting an art. It's really a work of art, because we have the adjustability of the deck ride height. So you optimize it to the street with a little higher. You optimize it for the racetrack with a little lower. It's very nice.
Tie rods, they can go up, increasing the circumference of the turn, the diameter of your turns.
Yeah.
They can go up and down, so you can set that for different tracks.
I see the adjustability. So you got that 3 link, or like a 3 setup system. You have
4.
the middle. 4. Okay, interesting. Nice. I kind of actually really like that. Now, something that I always look towards is the owners. Are the owners involved? Do they ride? And you're out on the track. You're on the track riding it. You're not just somebody sitting back letting other people ride your product. You're out there on your own product, racing, going around the track. So you're fully involved with this, which I appreciate a whole lot. I love seeing owners be a part of racing and part of their team. What made you want to get into the racing side of the scene? Not just building a board. Racing is a whole nother animal.
Yeah, well, the racing side of it really is where my heart came from in pursuing this whole industry of electric skateboarding, because it's in my blood. The NASCAR racing really is something that lights me up, and I'm after what lights me up the most. And so to take all that and ride an electric longboard on the racetrack, it's exhilarating. And to have a creation happen that really allows people to do that in a new way, in a way that builds confidence rather than terror, that's a big difference. Confidence, terror. This is confidence building. And so I remember riding those other boards and thinking, I'm terrified today to go out on the track because this thing's a wobbler. And it was just a terrifying experience, but I do it anyway because I'm wild like that.
Yep, that adrenaline is there for sure. We all ride for a reason.
So it really comes down to the adjustability. You know, we got the links, we got the pivot shaft. The special thing about this board really is inside the bearings. With all these bearings inside these trucks, we are synchronized motion inside of 2 major bearings in the top plate and 4 major bearings at the solid axle. With all those working together, it's special.
How many bearings in the front truck?
We got 6 in the front, 6 in the back,
Okay.
and more in the wheels.
Now, what made you want to go with such a long deck? Was that from your racing background, or is that just a initial design choice? What made you want to go with something so drastically different from everything else on the market?
Yeah, well, the deck is unique because tall guys like me, especially normal to tall people, they absolutely love the idea of having more real estate to spread out on, more of a triangulation to be able to stabilize themselves on because we're tall. Normal lower height people, they might not even want the extra long deck, and that's okay because we offer the mini Dragon in both short and long.
Yep, and I think that's something that I personally was skating online, was like, hey, he needs to really design a shorter deck. Never was instantly, he already has it. When you're ready, come on by and we'll test it. So I'm definitely excited about that. I'm a shorter person. I'm not as tall as you guys. So, you know, being on such a wide, long deck, it felt uncomfortable for me, but not to other people. I mean, everybody else that jumps on these things, same thing. They love them. They're all trying to get me to get on it. That's all they want is just get on it. The product will speak for itself. The product will speak for itself. Now, something that I appreciate is that you're really supporting the community. Now, you got NEVA RIDE'n here that's really kind of got your back, and then you also got his back. It really is a team effort. What made you want to kind of get out to him and work as a team with the community to kind of get this out into the people's hands and stuff like that?
Sure, it's been a really an effort inside of synchronicity is what it's been, because I've been just pouring my heart into this, and what's shown up is magic. NEVA has worked his magic. He's got a lot of special gifts inside of charisma and show business and creating an experience for people inside of media. And it's been a blessing to have NEVA choose me and this company for him to express himself with. So I have a lot of appreciation and grateful.
How does that make you feel, NEVA?
Makes me feel very proud. Very supported and feeling the love. I started a nonprofit school called the NEVA Racing Academy, where I go around and I teach people how to race, ride, promote electric skateboards. I try and focus on the youth primarily. And you know how it is, whenever they see us roll up on these skateboards, they're like, oh my God, what is that?
Yep.
So the ability to say, you know, it's a skateboard from Skateboard electric, and I just happen to have another one with me. Want to go for a ride? It's a beautiful thing. So my goal was never to teach. When I started the school, I envisioned teaching at least 5-6 people at a time, if not more, 15 to 20 eventually. And I didn't really want to teach 20 different boards.
Yeah.
You know, your remote works like this, your remote works like that. So I was on a quest to find the best board, the most reliable board, the most simplest to explain to everybody, and also something that if they do love it, okay, well, we can take it out of eco mode, we can put that thing in S+ mode and really show you what you can do on a racetrack. So I was looking for the board, and when we found each other at eSkateCon, you know, like literally within 60 seconds, I said, this is what I do, and he said, you know, that's funny, I support people who do that. And I said, well, you know, let's do this then. And from that moment, you know, we were in sync. So I ordered a bunch of boards for the school, and these are them. After this is over, they'll all be going back to Philly with me, and we'll be doing some pop-ups and some racing in Philly, New Jersey, Delaware. Got a couple of schools lined up, and just focusing on the community and building the sport on the East Coast, because, you know, other than like Virginia, a couple of like sunnier places, it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest community, and I'm seeing more and more people in Philadelphia. So I definitely want to have enough boards to lock down my city. That is a must. You know, Prophet has no love in his hometown, but if I can go around making enough noise like Batman, then somebody's going to have to say, you know what, maybe we need to pay attention, maybe we need to get on these boards, maybe we need to get down with NEVA RIDE'n and the Skate Racing Academy, because, you know, to wrap it up, there's a lot of violence in my city. One of the reasons why I started doing this was because, again, like I said, you roll into these kids and they're like, ooh, wow. Funny thing is, I'm rolling up on these kids at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. They're out in the streets. And I'm like, yeah, you know, what you doing out here? Maybe we could go ride a skateboard and we can talk about some better choices in life.
Yep.
And, you know, they get on the boards, they start riding, and eventually, you know, life is life. If you ride, you're going to fall. I fell today, broke my thumb, things happen. But if you fall and you scrape your knee, and I got to give you a Band-Aid, now we can have this discussion about, yeah, see how pain is real? We're having fun, but, you know, this isn't a video game. When you're out there playing with your guns and shooting up the neighborhood for no reason and just spraying and you know, this life is real, life is short, you know, that let's put a Band-Aid on that, and again, talk about making some better decisions.
Nice.
So there's like a double-edged sword with the whole academy, trying to draw and build the community, but I'm also trying to stop the violence through electric skateboard riding and racing and recruiting. So
that's a great story. So definitely go support NEVA. I'll link, you know, his nonprofit and his organization up on the screen here. So definitely go support him. Something that I appreciate is that, you know, giving an outlet to the youth that they can go and enjoy an adventure and really understand that we're in a world full of different people, and you gotta really go meet them.
Yep.
You know, I really look towards, you know, Geelong in San Diego. With Escondido, he did the same thing. He started with just himself fixing a board, and then he ended up getting support from, you know, Meepo, and they sent him spare parts, and he just started fixing these boards, and then, you know, selling these boards for super cheap to these kids, and then they got out of doing drugs and being, you know, these bad habits, and they started going to group rides, and it's like such a great story and such a great outlet for kids that if we can just put it in their hands and show them, this is here for you. You know, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That is a great story. It's great of you to support him, honestly. That is a huge benefit, and you're going to have your products, you know, with those kids, and they're going to be able to learn on this and then hopefully grow into maybe racing in what we're doing here. So I think that's a great cause.
Well, thank you for acknowledging that. It's been a joy to work with NEVA, and we're going to continue that for sure. And, you know, one quick thing I want to mention about what's going on here is a big part of what we've been over the years doing is giving away. We love to give away these boards. So what we decided to do, we're going to continue to give them away. So there'd be opportunities for people to sign up, maybe get some tickets, and the plan is for people to have a chance to win one of these for free, because it was such a joy to give one away just recently. We've given away another one earlier. James Woodside, shout out.
Nice.
Yep. So we're going to be putting a lot of merch on the website. We're going to have Dragon hoodies. We're going to have racing jackets like the one Neva's wearing.
Jacket served me well today.
Yep.
Tried and true.
We're going to have hats. We're going to have shirts, Dragon merch.
Nice.
So get your merch. Get a chance to win. We want to give these away.
I'm all about giving away. I just gave away a skateboard recently too.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm all about giving back. I gave one to my nephew. He was really enjoying it, and so I gave him, you know, one I gave away to a community member recently who was in high school and kind of going back and forth. And even for me growing up, you know, I got, you know, Game Boy Advance, and that was like huge game changer in my life. So I've always tried to give it back. It is such a joyful thing to be able to do. It is not always easy, but it is the best feeling in the world to know that they're going to go out there and enjoy what we're doing.
Good.
You know, so definitely keep it up. I'm super happy that you guys are here and doing what you're doing, and appreciate you guys. Definitely go follow Electric Skateboard. We got NEVA RID'en doing huge things on the East Coast, so go support both of these guys. We're over here at Full Send. Hopefully you guys are going to be out tomorrow, and we're going to have a huge crew out here, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.